250 East Division, from the first 4 races of the season, had 4 different winners. Would there be 5 on a beautiful evening in Alabama? Boy, RJ Hampshire got the whole shot. But then on the opening lap, one of the key things to happen in the race, Vial got out of his groove, and Hammaker went down on the opening lap.
Yeah, this track was super fresh. SMX track crew putting water down, and this is mayhem. Right here is a parking lot. Seth Hammaker going down, losing a ton of positions.
RJ said, where did everybody go? Meanwhile, Seth Hammaker staged a terrific comeback, but the damage was done.
Yeah, it was just too much to come back from, because he was down for a while. He ended up coming back to 9th, which is definitely respectable. Remember, these races are a bit shorter than a normal main event.
Vial almost stole the win from RJ Hampshire, but RJ hung tough. Although not feeling great, he said, I just didn't have the spark or the fire. So despite not feeling that great or feeling like he had the magic, he still won the first race.
And I feel like sometimes for me, maybe if you don't have that spunk and spark, at least you're a little bit more consistent, and he was tonight.
All right, how about what went down in race 2? Well, it was pretty straightforward. The man aboard the Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki, Seth Hammaker, said, all right, I was sick of having to come through the field. I'm just going to get the whole shot and take off.
Oh, well, he gets off balance there after the whoops. RJ makes a run, but check out this. He goes to the outside, gets a good run, is able to slingshot past RJ Hampshire around the outside. And you want to talk about not making the same mistake twice and a rebound from the first race, Seth Hammaker showed a great display of that.
He learnt from that for sure. RJ Hampshire would follow him home but not challenge him. It was a comfortable win. And then the 41. That's the story of the night. Nate Thrasher with that injured finger. Boy, what a night he had. He challenged Hammaker for the whole shot in the 3rd and final race.
Just didn't have the speed to beat Hammaker in this 3rd race, but this is where it all went wrong for RJ Hampshire. A crucial moment of the race where he needed to get a start up front and just ride this thing in. Remember, he had some insurance as far as points go, 3 points lead going into that final race.
Carson Mumford, after 2 top 5 results in the first 2 races, was injured and would not finish the 3rd race of the Triple Crown. He'd been having the night of the year aboard the Quadlock Honda. What a shame. So Hampshire kind of had to do what Hammaker did in the first race, carve his way through the field. He gets by Hardy Munoz.
And he did, and essentially he would get into the position where he tied Nate Thrasher in points, but in a tie situation, the winner goes to the person who finished the best, and eventually that would be. But check out that pass that Bennick tried to make on Tom Vial up the inside. I appreciate that effort, just wasn't quite there enough, needed about a 1.5 feet more.
So after the second race, Nate Thrasher said, hey, I am in this, I can get the win.
Yep.
Well, behind him, RJ Hampshire had passed enough people to tie Nate Thrasher. And while Hammaker won race 2 and race 3, it was Nate Thrasher's night. Tied on points, but having the bigger position. And P1 overall, the sign says it all. Nate Thrasher, first win of the year, first podium of the year.
Yeah, I mean, it's like all or nothing, but we showed JT on the podium afterwards. The guy has basically can't even move the finger that is injured, and he's been dealing with that from the second round on.
So a 3-3-2 gets Nate Thrasher the overall to become the 5th different winner from 5 rounds. This has been an extraordinary year in 250 East Division. Hampshire the 125. How about Hammaker? 9-1-1 and doesn't get on the podium.
Yeah, it's wild, but to see Thrasher playing the consistent game, getting a great start in that final race as well.